what we want to do with this workout, in the beginning, we want to start out with a dynamic warm-up. What dynamic means, it means marked by continuous action and productive activity. I love this word dynamic. It actually comes from a Greek word, dunamis, and we know dunamis to mean special, miraculous, power, or ability. Okay, so what does a dynamic warm-up do? A dynamic warm-up involves a lot of motion, and what it does is it allows us to get our body temperature up, allows us to get our heart rate rising, and it allows us to prepare our minds and our bodies to be able to perform other different exercises. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with a couple exercises here to warm up, and I'm going to get out of Garrett's way here. And what she's going to do is, first and foremost, we're going to do some jumping jacks. This is an oldie but a goodie, but the reason why I like this is because it uses the entire body, and it uses the legs, the arms, and it's a good way to get the heart rate going, and it's a good way, again, to increase our core temperature. She's just going to go ahead and do a few jumping jacks here. These are very simple exercises. Doesn't require a whole lot of skill, but again, it gets the body moving, it gets the body, get the temperature up. All right, good. Now, okay, our next exercise is going to be the high knee march. What we want to do is, again, continue with our dynamic warm-up. Very simply, she's just going to stand here, she's going to lift one arm, one leg, like so, and she's just going to do this. If you're new to working out and you're just starting, all we need to do is just get you moving a little bit. You can go at this pace, that's fine. If you want to pick it up a little bit, if you're more of an intermediate exerciser phase, what you can do is you can add a little skip to it. Okay, and what you can do also, if you want to get a little bit, you get your heart rate going a little bit more, you can even speed it up some more. Now, I would recommend doing this for about 15 to 20 seconds. And again, this should get your heart moving, and this should get your body temperature up. All right, our third exercise in our dynamic warm-up are going to be trunk twists. The trunk twists are important because we want to work your core. The core is important because all movement and all motion starts from the core. So I'm going to step back, and Garrett's going to go ahead and start doing her trunk twists. Now, what we want to do is you want to make sure that you think of a pole going straight down your body, and you want to make sure that you're just rotating around that pole. The reason is you don't want to lean too far one way or the other. Now, you'll probably do this for about 20 reps, okay? And we're going to count each time she twists as a rep. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, so on and so forth up to 20. Now, what you can do is, as you're doing this, if you want to, you can add a little punch to it. Okay, our fourth exercise in our dynamic warm-up is going to be side lunges. What side lunges are going to do, it's going to work the inside of our legs. It's also going to work a little bit of hamstring and our glutes. So what Garrett's going to do, she's going to step back here, and she's going to spread her feet out a little bit, and she can spread them out just a bit more. Now, the key thing is we keep our toes forward. We're going to keep a good posture, and she's just going to literally just bend her knee to the side here, and go ahead just like that. Good. She's keeping her posture good. Again, if you're just new to exercising, you just started out, we don't want you to go too deep. If you feel any pain in your knee or anything like that, we don't want you to do that. So you can just start out just bending just like she's doing. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, or if you feel like you need to get a little bit more work done, what you can do is spread her feet out just like she did, and now she's going to bend a little deeper. There you go. Again, we're moving, we're stretching out the inside of our legs, we're working our hamstrings, our glutes, we're keeping our core nice and tight. Okay, now we're at our second phase of our exercise routine, and what we're going to do is, phase is called the Kuya Karate phase. What we're going to do now is we're going to do some leg swings. So we're going to walk over here to the wall. Now Garrett's simply just going to put her hand to the wall. She's going to make sure her core is nice and tight, her posture is good, and she's simply just going to start swinging her leg up. She wants to make sure that her toes are curled back, stomach is tight, again, her posture is good, and she's just going to swing. You'll do 10 repetitions of these. I recommend 2 to 3 sets. Again, whatever you feel you can do, that's what we want you to do. And then she can switch and do the other leg. Same thing. Key point, we want to make sure that her planted foot is nice and planted. It's nice and flat. We want to make sure the knee is bent slightly. And we want to make sure that we're just swinging the leg up. We're relaxing things. And again, it's coming from the core. Again, we're working the hamstring and the glute. Okay, our second exercise is going to be side leg swings. Again, we're working our core, we're working our legs, but we're going to have a real emphasis on the side of our hip. So all we're going to do is Garrett is going to come over here and use the wall. She's going to use this for balance like she did the other one. She's going to make sure her core is nice and firm. She's going to make sure her posture is good, leg is planted, and she swings. Now as she's doing this leg swing, again, we just want to come out straight to the side. We want to make sure the foot is planted, the knee is bent a little bit. You should feel this stretch here on the side of the hip, on the inside of the legs. Okay, if you feel comfortable with that and want to try something different, you can actually do this away from the wall. All you're going to do, same thing, you're going to have your feet together, you're going to start, core tight, good posture, and she's going to swing out to the side there. Okay, our third exercise is going to be the front kick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the wall, and she's going to put her hand against the wall, and we're going to be in a staggered stance. And when I say staggered stance, very simply, I mean your left foot's going to be in front of the right. We're going to bend our knee a little bit, and our feet are going to be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And then she's going to go ahead and make a snap. She's going to bring her knee up and make a snapping motion. There you go, just like that. Again, see her posture is good, her core is nice and tight. Bringing the knee up and snapping out. You don't worry about how high it is. All you have to do, again, snap it out as high as you can get it. We don't want you to injure yourself or overexert yourself. We just want to make sure it's a nice fluid motion. Okay? Now she's going to switch legs, staggered stance again. And what she's going to do is come up, same thing. And one point to remember when you're doing this front kick is you want to make sure that the foot, when it comes out, the toe is curled back and the foot is extended. Okay? Now, what we can do is, if you feel you're comfortable enough, you can actually do this away from the wall. Our next exercise is the side kick. What we're going to do is we're going to come against the wall right here, and what Garrett's going to do is put her hand on the wall. She's going to make sure her feet are together, her core is nice and tight, her posture is good, and she's simply just going to bring her knee up and kick out. She's going to bring her knee up and kick out. Important thing to remember with this, you want to make sure that you're leading with your heel. Okay, if you feel comfortable enough, what you can do is that you can come away from the wall, and same thing, we're going to keep our feet together. She's going to have her core nice and tight, she's going to have good posture, she's just going to lift her knee up and kick out. There you go. Good. Again, you're leading with the heel, keeping your core tight. Now what you can do is you can do 2 sets of 10 on each leg.